everybody. I'm doing a little kitchen video here. One of my hobbies is cooking, and more specifically meal prepping. And this is going to be a video about meal prepping overnight oats, which I've recently gotten into. One of my friends has sent me the recipe for it using the new mic, so hopefully it goes well. Hopefully it stays charged the whole time. But one of the things that's going to be in this video is measuring. The recipe that I was sent is all in grams, but I want to be able to just kind of scoop and make it a little bit quicker rather than having to weigh everything. So we're going to figure out how many grams of each of these things kind of turns into how many cups or tablespoons and stuff like that. Um, Sorry if I cough or sniff or anything. I'm getting over a bit of a cold, but this is pretty easy to make. It's really nice. All it is some oats, cocoa powder, peanut butter powder, Greek yogurt, and some casein protein powder, and a little bit of water. So that's what we'll be putting together. But first, we're going to measure everything out. I used a glass bowl last night when I made this for the first time, but I'm going to try to switch to plastic bowls. I think it's going to be easier to wash out. But it starts with 50 grams of oats, so we'll get started with that. I'm not sure exactly how much it'll be, but put this on here and zero it out. I'm guessing it's going to be about a half cup. And my half cup scoop is currently in my pancake powder mix. So I'm going to be using a quarter. So a quarter is about 22 grams. So yeah, it'll be about half a cup. Put in another quarter in. 46, 48. So I got a little sticky note of the recipe right here in grams. I'm going to write down all the conversions. So half a cup of oats. This will be our final product. One, but I'm going to use another one just to measure everything out. So that'll weigh the same. That's all zero. So we got the oats done. And now we have 10 grams of cocoa powder. So not exactly sure how much this will be. I'm going to go with a tablespoon as a guess. Got 4 grams. So this is going to be, or no, now it's up to 8 grams. Okay. So about a tablespoon. It calls for 10 grams, and I found that when I put 10 grams in last time, it was a little bit too chocolatey for me. So we'll shoot about a tablespoon. It says 6 now. This is the high capacity scale because I use it for other stuff like meats and veggies. So I don't know how accurate it is. We'll go 1.5 tablespoons. That seems to make more sense. So take this, unload it into here, wipe that off. I don't care if it mixes too much in here since it'll all go to the same place. This is our, I don't know if there's a spot you can see that. I'll put that there for now. But cocoa powder is done. I'm going to give this a quick little rinse. Hope this isn't too loud on the ears. Hope that was all right. Let's see, give it a little, get this towel. Give it a little wipe down. So next is 13 grams of this PB2 powdered peanut butter. This took 1.5 tablespoons, which is 15 milliliters. So I'm going to go with 1/8 of a cup, which is 30 milliliters. I don't know why it switched units on me, but zero it out there. About 1/8 of a cup. And perfect, that says 12 grams. So for the PB2, we're going to go with 1/8 cup, 1/8 cup, 2 tablespoons. We'll go with 2 tablespoons. I don't assume, yeah, we'll go with 1/8 cup, We'll just put both for now. See which one's easier to use. Man, writing everything backwards. 2 tablespoons. I don't know if it'll be easier to use 1/8 of a cup or 2 tablespoons for everything, but put that back. Dump that in. Zero it out. Okay, now is 15 grams of casein protein powder. If you're making this, you want to use casein. Whey is a big one. I have a packet of whey, but when you put the water in with whey protein, it doesn't collect the water or absorb the water as much. So if you use whey protein, it'll be a more watery finish, whereas this absorbs it and makes it almost, the final product almost into a brownie batter type consistency, which you'll see once we wrap this up. But since it's protein powder, it comes with its own pre-made scoop, which according to the supplement facts is 41 grams. We need 15 grams. And it doesn't say how big the scoop is. So this scoop was about, PB2 scoop was 1/8 of a cup, was about 13 grams. So we're just going to try this again. I figure it'll be close enough. Just overpile it a little bit. 14 grams, that's good enough. The casein protein powder is also chocolate flavored. Now it's saying 16, good enough. So this works for casein too. So yeah, chocolate flavored protein powder as well. So don't want to go too heavy on the cocoa because you're already getting chocolate with the protein powder. Okay, now is the big one, the Greek yogurt. We're going to get 150 grams of Greek yogurt, which I don't know how much that is. I'm going to start with a cup. Now getting a cup in here is going to be a pain. I don't want it all over the side, so I'm going to use a spoon to, let's see how many spoonfuls it is. Go with big spoonfuls as a measurement. That's 40. I might have to weigh. I don't know. I just use big spoons. The measurement. That's 160. Take a little bit out. So 3.5 big spoonfuls. That's going to be, I don't know. What do you say? Is that about half a cup? Let's go ahead and measure this. This is, remember, this is a 1/4 cup. There's one. I just don't like how much is left on this. What if we're scooping it from the main thing? Yeah, that's about half a cup. Yeah, that's almost exactly half a cup. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Just don't like how much excess is left over. I'm a zero waste kind of guy. I want to use all of it. Get that out. But I'll be happy to call this half a cup. Probably have to use the 1/4 cup when I'm measuring it, just so it fits into the Greek yogurt thing. But that's clean, almost. And last thing is going to be 100 grams of water. And if school has taught me anything, it's that the density of water is 1. So that means 100 grams is 100 milliliters of water. And I don't think there's a cup with 100 milliliters. But if I'm already using 1/8 of a cup, then I can use that. No, I just dunked that spoon. All right, well, I'll need something to mix. Got another spoon for mixing this all together. But 1/8 of a cup is 30 milliliters, so we'll just use about 3 of those. So come over here. Put this in here. Get it filled up about 3 times. We'll do 3 and an extra little bit there. Okay, now when this is all together like this, it looks fairly nasty, which is fair. But close that out. Oh, very liquidy because nothing's mixed together. And it takes a little while to mix, but we want to get everything nice and incorporated. And as we do, everything will come together into, like I mentioned, a sort of pre-made brownie mix, brownie batter mix, or chocolate cake. And it is definitely very filling. I had this for the first time this morning for breakfast, and I wasn't able to eat the whole thing. So hopefully by the end of the week I'm able to eat the whole thing, or I can get my macros in better than having a shake or something like that. Rather eat my macros than drink them. Protein shakes aren't bad by any means, but no, I like my food better than my drinks. So that's about what it looks like all mixed up. Still may not be the most appetizing looking, but hey, it tastes just about like brownie batter as well, which is a huge plus. So the last step is just put that in the fridge and let it sit overnight. You can make it for a day or two ahead if you want to do excuse me, do a couple at a time. That way it cools and it builds up a little bit in the fridge. But yeah, that's how you make it. That's all the measurements for it now. Let's see, got 1/2 cup Greek, 3/8 cup for water. Start capping these. Pop this in the fridge. I don't know if you're supposed to put a lid on it or not. I'm not sure, but I'm going to try it. The video that I watched for the original recipe, the guy used mason jars. So cap it and see. But that is how you make it. Hope you enjoyed. Maybe you can make it yourself. Give it a try. And yeah, I think I'm going to every once in a while make a couple kitchen videos just because I like making them. I like cooking, so I'll show it off, some sort of content. And I'm going to try to go back on my channel and start sorting the videos into playlists. Like by if it's a role play, ones for these, like the kitchen one, and I'll probably pop the candle making video in there. But just to have a little bit more organization, so if you ever want to go back and watch a certain type of video, you can just go to one spot and kind of have them autoplay. And if that's what you would want to be into for an evening or an afternoon of studying or stuff like that. But thanks for coming along, helping me measure this, and we'll be enjoying these tomorrow morning for sure. Hopefully, if you guys want to go out and try this, you can too. But I will catch you in the next one.